All right, we
Awesome.
got RipsWrld joining me here for Sports and Hip Hop with DJ Mad Max. Entity available on all platforms now. I want to welcome you to the show, man. How's everything going? How does it feel to be here?
Hey, it's Smooth, Brody. Thanks for having me on the show. And it's all love to everybody tuning in for real. It's for real. All love.
Of course. So we're gonna really get into your journey here because are you? Al Nice was telling me you're in Indiana. So is this where you're from originally?
Yes, sir. I
Oh man.
grew up right around Fort Wayne. I mean, we kind of bounced around like growing up all throughout Indiana. Kind of jumped states a little bit, but just came right back, you know. So we kind of know the ins and outs of Indiana and how it works, but
Yeah.
for real.
Now,
But
people would say like Indiana, it has like a small. Is it kind of it's small? There's like no music scene out there.
Yeah, that's what's like funny about me is like I don't run with that at all. Like I can't tune into that. Like it's crazy because I've lived here my whole life, and everybody's just. I mean, I can't tune into what they got going on. It's all love to Indiana for real because I grew up here and it's my city and my state. But like I love music, bro. As soon as I hear some sort of rhythm, it's kind of raps because it's all freestyle. It's
Yeah.
all like it's just off the brain. Like so as soon as I hear one thing, it's more like a rhythm in my brain start going.
Well, talk to me about your discovery in music, kind of your introduction to hip hop and just everything that you're doing now. Talk to me about your early listening experiences because that's what really sparks the fire and plants the
Man,
seeds.
I really tuned in and to Juice, bro. Like
Juice World.
the yeah, Juice World, like rest in peace to the legend. I think he's like changed so many legacies for the better. The way that he was able to speak on his pain and put it into words that's healing hearts and souls to this day, even though, it's years since he's been passed on. And rest in peace to him again. That's inspirational to everybody around you. That gives you a motive to keep on going throughout your days.
100%. And that's something I did notice about your music when listening to Entity is that you're kind of your audience is speaking to the people who are going through difficult things in their life. And I
Yeah.
and I did make the comparison when listening to music. I said, if I were to describe Rips World, you got inspirations from Juice World, Lil Uzi Vert, and XXX. I feel like
Oh
that those are
yeah.
the three that make up who you're influenced by.
Yeah, for sure. And Trippy Red.
Trippy
He
Red
has
too,
that,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. He has that rebel yell for himself too, and that's inspirational. He has his own vibe and his own soul, and I love that because I'll forever be me, and that's what it is. Real, see real.
Yeah, that's important that you were able to. When did you kind of find yourself as a person in an artist? Because I looked at your song
Uh,
"Out the Grave" and I feel as though that was kind of a message saying that you kind of reborn.
yeah, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
100%. Is That was my first song I ever made, also, and that was a couple years ago. I kind of was like looking life in the face and realizing that a lot of people tend to just fall into this system of doing the same thing and trying to impress their friends or trying to find the next big thing to do with their friends and get this name for themselves. And they get lost in that. I mean, I feel like I was lost in that for a second before I kind of snapped awake in a sense.
Mm.
Is It made me want to push music and teach people that they can live their best life and that there's more to it, that anybody can do anything in this world. That if you believe that it's yours, you can do it. You just have to have that drive and that soul for it, you know?
No,
So I
that's
started,
real.
yeah, for sure. And for sure. And you can sit here and you can cry about things. I mean, and that don't get stuff done. I mean, everybody has their demons for sure, and everybody got their problems. But it's ultimately it's up to you to be able to get yourself out of that negative place, or find something that can get you out of that negative place, or use the negative place to find the light.
Mm.
Hey,
Yeah.
drive for the better and shoot for the stars.
Yeah, it's important. You got to shoot for the stars. Why do you think there's people out there that kind of just don't believe in making it big? They kind of get trapped into this that you can only live like, and I'm just going to say it, the 9 to 5 lifestyle. They don't believe in dreaming. Do you think it's an issue with parents not giving them that
I
full
think
support?
it's a yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's a ultimate if you don't have anybody on your back, you try to like you tend to fall to the current of the herd, if that makes sense.
Mm,
Like if you don't have no supporters or if you don't have anybody that's saying, yeah, you can do that, or you know, that's realistic for you, then you're more likely going to be the one trying to get a job and or I mean go to school. And some people, that's their life. No shade to them at all. Keep on doing your best. Keep on doing your thing because people are built for anything you want to be in this world. So
yeah.
if you're wanting to be a nurse, if you're wanting to be, it's on you.
You have to do what makes you happy. And I know people may
Exactly.
because I've been talking about the whole 9 to 5 thing. People may feel offended by when I go out 9 to 5. But
Yeah,
when I'm
that's
talking
how
about nine
I
to
tried
five
to say that
people,
too.
yeah. But when I'm going at 9 to 5 people, I'm talking about people who are haters. That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
But because it's
exactly.
our
Like,
jobs at the end of the day to bring entertainment and joy to people who are
right.
working the regular job. So when I come off with the negativity a little bit, that's for the
It's
haters. It's
more
not for
towards
the
the
people who
haters.
are,
Yeah, yeah, I
yeah.
understand you for sure. And like even towards them, the most likely reason why they're hating is because only reason why I found out like people hate is strictly out of jealousy. Like
Mm,
I mean, jealousy is probably one of the ugliest things in this world for real. And
100%.
it eats you up. You forget who you are when you see something and you want that for yourself to the point where you're willing to drive a fork in somebody or drive a knife in somebody's back.
Yeah.
My fault, but you know what I mean, though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, no, I
Like
get
drive
it.
a fork in somebody's relationship to fucking and to mess the whole scene up.
Yeah, I get it. I've seen it firsthand. I've dealt with
Yeah,
it my
same,
whole,
same.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
ugly.
you've dealt with it. Yeah, we've dealt with it, man. So we understand what goes on with jealousy. It's definitely one of the most evil things in this world, and it should make people more motivated to work for themselves instead of sitting there hating, you know?
Right, but it also, I mean, jealousy is I feel like it's also born for real.
Mm,
It happens because somebody didn't give them like if I'm being real, I give open opportunity to anybody, like it's trust you until vice versa. I don't have trust issues. I'm gonna let you hit me and make and cause trust issues for there to ever be any, but
yeah.
until then you can join the team type shit, you know what I mean, to show your loyalty.
Exactly. Yeah,
Loyalty
that's
is
my
love.
quality too. Loyalty to a fault, and I've been stabbed in the back plenty times of it, and that's why I
Yep.
keep my circle small to this day.
Yeah. Loyalty is love.
Yeah.
So then I live off that.
No, it's important. I like your mindset already, and it's important to keep real people around you. So you mentioned before that you were kind of trying to adapt to your friends and look cool for your friends. Was this in high school that you were kind of trying to do this?
Yeah, I'd say it kind of took a second to be able to figure out who I was. So throughout high school, I mean, I had a whole little high school clique, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you know what big squad in it throughout the halls type shit. But like, uh, it takes situation in real life shit to understand that some people just ain't your. There ain't no friends in this world. You got your dogs, you got love. It's either you got people that's willing to ride, or you got people that's willing to fold on you.
mm,
It didn't break him that easy to it.
yeah. What did you take that leap to finally start recording and get to the studio? Because we talked about out the grave, that's the rebirth for you. You're reborn. So when did
Yeah,
you take that
so
leap?
uh, I'd say a couple years ago,
Mm,
like 2 years ago,
2 years.
or two, almost three, I'd say. But yeah, yeah. Right when I was turned 21, I'm 23 right now.
23, a year younger than me. So yeah, you're definitely heading in
Yeah,
the right direction. It's good that you found your purpose though.
yeah, no, and honestly, it's baffling because like I freestyle all of it. I love the soulful, tap into something. Obviously, there's different songs where, I'll make a hook and then I'll go off the hook, build an infrastructure. But mostly, I mean, I don't even pick the beats for real. Like, I want something that I can just hear 2 seconds, be like, hang on, hold up, hold up, hold up, put
Do
down the
it.
mic, and then let me go in. Let me just touch with it. You know what I mean? And that's how we work. Is we want it to be right there, real, and so it grabs real. So it grabs the people that feel that shit for real.
Mm.
Like entity, entity is if you watch the music video with entity, it's exactly how you started describing it. It's more like a story, or Out the Grave also. But Out the Grave is like rebirth. I found myself, and because I was sitting here trying to go and figure out what I was actually gonna do with my life. Like I tried to do landscaping, and I was like, yeah, it's cool. It was more like on a creative basis, though.
Yeah,
You
when you
know
get
what
those
I
bee
mean? Like
stings, you're
I
like,
was
I'm
like
out.
trying to design like landscaping, and when I realized the beginning of that shit was not that, I was like, like no
Yeah,
shade, no shade, but I was like, all right, deuces.
those bee stings, right? You get those bee stings, you run over a
Yeah.
wasp nest, it's over.
Yeah. So, damn it. Okay. All right. But and I've always freestyled and I've always tapped in it with music for real. And I had a little thing of mine that at the time I was dating her for some odd years, but she told me, and I always I thought she was hyping me up for real, but she was always like, hey, you can sing. And she sung, and I always thought she could sing. And her sister is like an artist too, so she
Mm.
can sing. And I was like, okay, but I never took that shit seriously. And she just kept on telling me I could sing. And one time I sat and I remember like specifically it was right after my birthday. I was sitting there in the couch and I just smoked a blunt. And I was chilling and I was like, man, I literally use music for everything. And then like I said that and it just smacked my forehead, bro. Like I was like, damn, I use music for everything. I was like, since I was younger, I've like always thrown my feelings on the music and just hell, like had it hold my back. Music had my back. It heals people. So
Mm, yeah.
I was like, I can do this. I mean, I can help change lives and fix depression. I can give people drive. I can give people motive. Just show them that they can do it. If I can do it, I'm telling you, anybody else can do it. Like it's it's just your reality you want to pick. And I I have this homegirl of mine. She is a fan, but she's been like DMing me hella, and she just hit me with like a hey, I bought a microphone. You're so inspirational. I want you to know, like, I'm doing this because, like, you're inspirational, and I like it hurts your heart, but like it, like in a good way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you're like, yeah, okay, you're doing the right thing, type shit.
That's big, that especially that you're inspiring people, and you could even bring a light to Indiana because Indiana, it's so small. I know what it's like because I'm from Connecticut, and we're basically small market. We got Chris Webby, that's our guy right there. I respect him to this day for paving the way for people like me to make it out of here. But I
Right.
get it where you're at in a small market, and you got to go to these bigger markets. So are you kind of looking around, travel because you're meeting guys like El
Yeah.
Nice? So you're moving around out there?
Yeah, I've been traveling. Okay, so ever since I started doing music, that's when traveling really started setting suit. Like I've opened for like Trippy and Kurt Cobain's and then Low Skies. And I went to the BET Awards last June in LA. I performed there. Like I'm moving, but it's not I wasn't in the BET Awards. It was this arena right by the BET Awards. Let me correct my shit. But excuse me, sorry. But yeah, I thought it was, but the way that this whole concert stage thing set it up, like they just used their words to make it seem like it was the BETs.
Mhm.
Everybody else that was performing, I'm no shade being thrown. Everybody else that was performing, they had their good time, but I seen right through the whole thing as soon as I touched down, you know. As soon as I
Yeah.
realized what it wasn't, I did my thing. I got out there. But I had a good time.
No, it's good. Now, was this like kind of like a false advertising thing? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah. I'd say false advertising.
Oh boy, what are you doing as far as trying to make up for that now? Because I think you need to keep working to get to those big
Oh
stages.
yeah.
It,
Okay, so March 9th,
Mhm.
in Fort Wayne, Pierce. Lil Xan's coming down and he's performing. Shout out Lil Xan. He's performing, so I'm gonna be opening up for him and stomping out the show for him and getting them.
Mm,
Uh, and then the next one, I just came back from a show in Chicago for the showcase tour.
okay.
And it was, and that show was pretty smooth. Shout out Chicago, shout out Showcase. And I'm trying to stay moving around as much as I can for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, studio to studio, I like to go and travel out of state and try different studios so I can network with producers and see, you know, and we'll work around.
You kind of give me a grunge vibe, and you bought, you give me that. Are you into grunge?
But I can. The thing is, I'm versatile. I just love music in general. So
Yeah.
if I could get it popping, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we could start a mosh pit for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned that in your songs too, Mosh Pit. So what's
Like
the
yeah,
what
yeah, I
what
do start mosh pit.
yeah,
That's the
what's the
thing.
craziest mosh pit? What's the craziest
We'll
one you
get the
started?
bitches bumping.
What's that
It's all
craziest mosh
love.
pit you started? Yeah.
I was at a Shine, like, okay, I'm also a rockhead too. I was
Yeah.
at this Shine Down concert with my pops, right?
Hmm.
This shit was crazy though. Oh, like, okay, so this big ass dude was sitting there rocking and he bumped in my pops. My pops, he's a bigger guy himself. So I look over and they're like bumping into each other and we just started going. I mean, like, we just whoa, through everybody, bro. And everybody circled out and they started running towards us. And I was like 17, almost 18 at the time. I was throwing dudes. I mean, in the middle of this pit, we're just rolling and I'm chucking dudes. And it was a good ass time. Then I crowd surfed all the way up to the front. Hailstorm was there. It was a good ass show.
They got to bring back Woodstock, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, bro.
You
Let's
trying to
turn
bring
that
back
bitch up.
Woodstock? Yeah.
Yeah. It's all love at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Everybody's just trying to, get up off the music and, have a nice time and have a healful night. And that's exactly what we'll do.
Yeah. The 99 didn't end in a heel full night. Ended in
Yeah,
flames.
yeah, a healful night.
Oh,
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly. Yeah. Oh, unbelievable. So what are your main goals here for the new year? I mean, we're only a month in. I feel like there's a fresh energy to the new year. What's kind of the new goals that you got for yourself going?
Okay, so for Valentine's, I'm having a nice little Valentine drop.
Okay.
Song's called uh For Life. That's all I'm gonna give on it though. It's a great song. But after that, I plan on dropping an EP. I'm probably an album. I have enough songs to do it. I freestyle, so as of right now I have like 70 to 80 unreleased
Oh,
songs.
wow.
Man, I mean, if I don't listen to them myself, there's a reason why. But I listen to all my music from my new producer. I've always had a problem. Like since I've started making music, I wasn't one that like did it in my like my room or try to do it myself. I had a homie that did music, so he wanted me to come over one time and spit with him, and I freestyled, and he was like, "Okay, that shit was mean." We didn't do anything serious with it or nothing like that, but after that, I just went straight to the stew. I went to Phenomenal Entertainment, and I went not performed, but made 3 songs the first time I was there, and then 4 more songs the next time. And that's where all 7 of the songs of the Illusion to the Matrix, came play. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, drop them. Like, literally. I was like, fuck it, drop them. And listening to my own shit, uh, my boy Pilo, he fucked with me off the bat and off rip. Shout out him. He gave me shows throughout Indiana on his like hottest in the city tour.
Mm,
And you know, I've performed with Nicky Neptune. Nicky Neptune's my dog too. Shout out him. He's smooth. He's from Indy. But we just bounced around Indiana a lot. Jumped out when did a couple shows in Michigan, all throughout the hottest in the city tour. And they did a lot of those. But and then I decided to start finding different shows. I found a different producer because I got a song feature with somebody, and Pilo was dragging it out a little bit, no shade or nothing. He got stupid busy with other workers. So I found another producer to get to work with. And I've known T Zank from Successful Music Studios since I was like 15 or 16, just from other rappers and other artists. He knew I freestyle. And I've always known that, like, if you go to T Zank, he would give you your money back if he don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't gonna
mm.
work with you if you ain't it. So I like I walked up in that bitch and I was like, you know what, let's get this bitch popping for real. Let's see what the word is. and
Yeah.
and so I was like, yeah, I freestyle. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I freestyle. And he's like, all right, cool. He's like, all right, so what we doing here? And I was like, how you feel? I was like, what kind of beat you feeling? And so we found a beat. Like, I was like, how you feel? And he's like, I'm smooth today. And I was like, all right. And I don't remember how it got to it, but it turned into like me talking about like getting gnarly on a beat. Like
Mm,
just like different kind of fucking wicked spiritual vibes, but nothing harmful, nothing like that. Just like a whole different like a home sound. Like Travis, he has a nice like home sound. I love it. And he's
mm.
fucking smooth with this shit. And I was like, yeah, I was like, let's get some gnarly shit going. And that's one of the first songs I made with Zinc was gnarly. And I remember I was sitting there freestyling and I'm making sounds and I'm sitting there figuring them out. And he has this little intercom thing and he stopped the beat and he's like, let it out. And I was like, huh? And I was like, all right. Like I didn't hum, but I was like, all right. And he just and I rewind it, and went in, and the beat went to drop, and I started screaming like a vocal, and then that started off my vocal like freestyle thought process. I was like, yeah, watch how I can just like sit here and switch up a whole vocal just freestyling. Because I sat there and I dragged it. If you listen to it, it goes like, I try, and it goes stupid high, and I drop that bitch down and catch it, and then just fling it back up. Cause I I
Yeah.
have this little uh glass pieces I wear all the time,
Okay.
and I put them in my hand, and a lot of the time they help anxiety and shit. I
Mm.
don't know, like for me, I don't know how it works for other people, but I'll sit there and manipulate it to the beats and I was manipulating it as I was singing and catching it and throwing it back up and then getting it spinning again. I do it in my music video and in Entity too. I fuck with it all the time. But that's how that shit happened. And it started a whole fucking like brain rant of freestyle vocals too. I was like, I can do this shit for people. If I do this shit for me, I don't it don't work like that. Like I want to do music to change the legacy of my family, to change people's minds, to change people's souls, let them know that they can do it for real. If I can do it and if I can grow to a different level with the shit, everybody else around me can do whatever they want in this world.
They can. And seeing is believing. Entity is the new song. Do you feel as though you're an entity? Do you kind of feel like you're more than a person?
Yeah, I feel. I mean, I know. I want to say I would be more than a person. I'd say I I'm very I don't know inclined with myself, and I just or in touch with reality. I
Mm.
see shit for what it is for real. And I would much rather enlighten everybody and let them know what it is and what they could be in this type of world and what kind of state it's been going through right now. Um, and just let them know that they can release it too. They can do anything they want, even in a, a dark place.
Oh, and the world's very dark right now for just so
Yeah,
many reasons. Social media has made it
very bad for
very
a lot
dark.
of people itself too. Social media makes you, hold yourself to some sort of standard to be cool, and it's never that. Just be yourself. Yeah, weird is cool to me.
Yeah.
For real. Everybody call me weird, and that's damn near flattering to me. I don't care. Like I don't care. I'll forever be myself. I prefer loneliness over fake company.
Mm.
Yeah, fake
Yeah,
love. We don't need that
I'm the
shit.
same way. I kind of always gravitated towards weird people. I'm not normal is boring. Like you said, it's
For
boring.
real,
Why
for
am I
real.
gonna want to be next to some, guy who wears a collared shirt and does the same crap all day? It's why would I
Right,
be around someone like that? It's
right.
I kind of want to be around a crowd of different people. And that's been me my whole
Rugrats,
life.
misfits.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I
I was
mean?
considered a you could probably say I was considered a misfit in a way back in
Yeah,
high school. I didn't really fit in. I didn't fit. People look down on me. I mean, everyone could go look at my story. People who've been following me for a while, they can look at my story. Yeah, I didn't fit in high school, but I went to college and built myself everything I've had to this day. And they
that's
haven't, so they're
respectful.
the misfits now.
Right, right. Exactly.
They're
That's
the
what I be
losers in the
saying too. It's
corner.
like honestly, if you think about it, the homies or whatever you guys were trying to impress back in school, look what they fuck got going on now.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing, bro.
Nothing.
Like they, like absolutely fucking. Where's your
They're in
motion
the drive-through
at?
saying, "Hey, you like want fries with that?"
Yes sir, no sir.
Yeah, exactly. Give me that extra barbecue sauce. Right? That's what they're saying.
Take it easy.
Yeah, it's
Be smooth.
yeah. Oh, see,
Thank you
we
again for getting me on here. It's all love. Nah, I fuck with you too.
oh no, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your genuineness and just being real. You're not afraid to be real. I like that about people when
For
they're
sure.
open and then they're not afraid to express themselves. We need more people like that.
That's love.
Too much fake bullshit going on out here. I'll say it. I mean, too much fake
Yeah.
bullshit going on out here, and we need
Yeah,
more
we
real
don't,
people.
yeah, we don't do that shit for real.
Yeah, no, we need more real people uplifting out here and people with
Yeah,
talent and people expressing themselves and finding who they truly are in life. And that's you, man.
yeah. That's love, bro. Appreciate you for real.
Of course, man. Let the fans know anything else you want to let the audience know that because you got the upcoming single, anything else that we didn't talk about here tonight, and then as well as your Instagram and social media where they can follow you at.
All my handles are RipsWrld, IG, TikTok, Snap. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
I'm playing. Don't please don't add that bitch. Excuse my friend. But nah, we're just stay working and steady building content, and we keep things rolling for real. It's
Yeah.
all love to everybody that tunes in. I'll follow back if you mean business or if you're doing something for yourself, or I don't follow back little kids, please. No shade, no shade. Please. But all love to everybody and that tunes in. And for real, it's your world. It's my world. You're gonna watch us lift it up. We ain't gonna stop.
That's a fact.
For real.
Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, shout out to Al
Everybody be
Nice.
smooth. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Al Nice for
Oh,
getting
shout out L Nice for real. He the dog for real for connecting us and getting shit
yeah, 100%, man.
together for real.
You got to come back on once you release that project, man. We can talk
Yes,
about it.
sir. Yeah, no, for real. And I got another song that it's unreleased. It's very Cupidy itself. It's called Maze Hill. That
Mm,
shit's wicked as fuck. It's love. Yeah, we'll die on it for real. I'll
yeah.
get back up on here and chop it up with you again for real.
Yeah, for sure, man. I look forward to it. Enjoy the rest of your night, man, and keep
Yes,
reaching
sir.
for the sky, man. Sky's the limit.
Be smooth, Brody.
You already know, man. Peace out.
Yep, love.
Love, man.